Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from. My name is MD90 and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss any upload that comes up on the channel. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel, because we put up a lot of content, is head to the playlist and you'll find all various things that we're doing here curated for you based on your interests. So we've got the Kutka podcast, we've got the Tishimi production. These are movies, actually, short movies that you can find on that playlist. And news and trends. We do a lot. We do vlogs. We do a lot on this channel. So the easiest way for so that you don't lose yourself, you find that there's a vlog here. The next thing is main news. So for you, if you're interested in vlogs, head to the place. You're interested in a podcast, the place. You're interested in short movies, head to Tishimi Productions, the place in that section. So that's the easiest way to navigate the channel. Any other details that you need to know about me in the About section. If you need to contact me, every video has all my details that you need. Just check the description section. You'll find all the contact details or the About section. Otherwise, I'm glad to have you on this channel and share the videos that you'll find here. Well, some information has emerged as a thank you message was put up by the Patriotic Front through Emmanuel Mwamba. So they put up this message, the PF, say, we wish to thank the South African government and President Cyril Ramaphosa for the discretion, honor, and respect granted to Zambia's former First Lady, Mama Esther Lungu. Zambians were warmed to see the security detail accompanying former First Lady and family while they traveled to Gauteng High Court, Pretoria Division. It's also noted that President Cyril Ramaphosa is among those leaders that personally provided help to the Lungu family during the extended stay in South Africa and seeking specialized treatment since January 2025. So if you remember, there was some information that was communicated, should have been like earlier on. Just when the funeral of Edgar Lungu was announced, to say there were some heads of state, and then amongst them some friends and family members that were providing help to Edgar Lungu. As you may be aware, he had lost his benefits as a former head of state when he got back into active politics. So the names were not dropped, but one name that was being mentioned was the former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma. That was the only name that was mentioned. But according to Emmanuel Mwamba, he has put up a name of the sitting president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, as amongst the people that were supporting Edgar Lungu for his medical cost and living in South Africa from January, that he was there before his passing earlier on in June. So that was the information that has just come out to say the sitting president for South Africa is amongst the people that were supporting the Edgar Lungu family in South Africa. It seems like they've said name dropping now. I do not know why they've decided that, but that information has been communicated in their thank you message. And then the Daily Nation talks about Edgar Lungu's family denies a repatriation deal, tells the South African High Court that there was no agreement that the late former president wanted to be buried in Zambia, maintains that it was the former head of state's wish that President Hakainde Hichilema should never be anywhere near his remains. So that was an extract from yesterday's court interaction. So as of today, the judgment hasn't been rendered. I'm pretty sure it might be tomorrow or Friday, according to what was communicated. It won't be further than Friday. And then obviously UPND has said, Mnarula Luwinda, please, I always advise get a good lawyer when going to court, not one that starts sweating and seem to agree with the other party. Gauteng court is getting hot. So some of the highlights from yesterday where people are giving their point of view. And then another issue that came up, there was a Zambian that had applied to join the court case. So this was what came up. It says he's not a family lawyer. He applied as an pretty much intervenor. So Kafula's petition. So the Gauteng High Court Pretoria Division has tossed away an application by Victor Kafula, a Zambian national based in Cape Town, who wanted to join the Edgar Lungu repatriation case as an interested party. Kafula also wanted the body of the late president to be repatriated to Zambia, arguing that President Hakainde Hichilema was entitled to view the body and it was part of his duty as to preside over the funeral and burial of the former president. In a legal context, the intervenor is a third party who joins an existing lawsuit or presiding, even though they are not even originally named in the plaintiff or defendant. So that particular application was tossed out. And then family lawyers waiting in to obvious some of the highlights from yesterday, according to the UPND there. And then according to Kasonde Mwenda, EFF president, he was like, the Edgar Lungu family lawyer is simply amazing, extremely intelligent and well-vested in the law. I refuse to be bullied. Mayowa Esther, don't worry, it is well. We are praying for you. So that was according to Kasonde Mwenda. He was saying the family lawyer was okay. And then another section was saying he pretty much misrepresented the family. He was agreeing with the Zambian government's arguments of the repatriation. So two different sides of the story. And then Simon Mulengamwila, this is a Socialist Party individual, mostly is found with Fred Membe. He says, from the tight security by police in South Africa, protecting former first family, you can even predict the outcomes. And then he laughs it off. So his prediction is not well known, but he says based on the security that the South African government is providing for the family of Edgar Lungu, he's able to predict the outcome. And obviously people in the comment section are just like, no, South Africa is not material, obviously, because of the way the country is, the level of security that they are supposed to accord to such individuals is that of that nature. There's nothing special really. And then obviously UPND just laughs it off. If you remember, there was an argument that was like, no, they are likely to present the audio in South African court, the alleged audio from Chavinga. And then the UPND simply asked, say, was it submitted? And then obviously it wasn't brought up yesterday. And so that was the question presented by the UPND. And then obviously a list of the judges that were involved was also published. And then Simon were also waiting to say, now Makebi Zulu is trying to give us a lesson in law. How boring. Just bring back Edgar Chagalungu's body to the homeland. He doesn't belong in South African soil. So just there, Makebi Zulu was on air yesterday trying to explain the outcomes of yesterday's court hearing. So that's what that's what Simon Chitambala was weighing in to say. Stop giving us lecture, law lessons here. Just bring back the body to Zambia. Then that was a picture from the court session given to Makebi Zulu, and then it should be Chanda, former national coordinator for the disaster management unit there, interaction. And then as of 2 hours ago, Shuketari put up this image of President Hakainde Hichilema and First Lady Chinta Hichilema. They were attending a state funeral that was taking place for a former cabinet minister, should be at the Cathedral of Royal Cross earlier on. And then he says, according to Chitfetayari, this is what the Edgar Chagalungu family does not want. But here we are. So what will happen to the deceased after body viewing? So simply saying, you can see President Hakainde Hichilema presiding over the situation that was happening, the funeral, the state funeral that was happening at Cathedral of the Holy Cross earlier on today of a former minister in the MMD government, simply saying that happened, nothing special really in all the rumors that have been perpetuated, nothing really happened there. So they let them just bring back Chagalungu's body, and then we close this chapter as a nation. Then the UPND put up this, the Lusaka Magistrate Court finds 2 wizards with a case to answer for attempting to kill President Hakainde Hichilema in instructions from fugitive former Petauke Member of Parliament, JJ Banda's young brother, and have since been placed on their defense. So you remember that which doctor's case, that's the one they're posting and reporting on there. And then Timothy responded to that post, and he asked the same. I thought President said witchcraft does not exist, and then he tags President Hakainde Hichilema. Sir, what's your take? So he's arguing to say President Hakainde Hichilema has earlier made a statement to say witchcraft does not exist. And then now these wizards are being charged for attempting to kill him. So he tags the president to ask to say, where do you stand at this point? And then full member of parliament, full by-elections are on, they are set. So UPND reports a deployment of ballot staff and election material for the 7th August 2025 Mfue constituency parliamentary by-elections and the Bushmanda Town Council in the Bushmanda district. So the by-elections are taking place, which is just tomorrow, on the 7th. That is likely to be the day that even the judgment comes up in South Africa. Anyway, we'll wait and see. So the by-elections in full are on, not being delayed. Mausampa, material member of parliament, says Edgar Chagalungu once said, "Mkamfwana torch tamwakansange. You look for me with a torch, but you will not find me." So now he's just putting. There was no quote of Edgar Chagalungu saying that, but anyway, everyone is putting their own theories of what he said, really, because Edgar Chagalungu, honestly, he cannot say he had predicted his own death. He was anticipating his death for him to say no. They're going to look for his body or anything of that nature. So these are just statements that people are making off without really context or any video to prove to say Edgar Chagalungu had said that. It's just a saying that people have been saying, not really that Edgar Chagalungu had said that. And then obviously, oh my God, cheeky thieves robbed Bundola Hindu temple in the treasured sculpture idol. So that's according to a theft that has happened in Ndola. When we win in 2026, we will provide new jobs and tangible empowerment for all Zambians. Mouse Sampa being quoted there. And then obviously, Wezi just asked to say, first, we want Wi-Fi, the one that you had promised to provide as a Lusaka mayor. Obviously, returning Bill 7 to Parliament is contempt. Obviously, that bill is still coming up. United Front wins support. Opposition parties activist praises the idea of only hope for Zambia. So pretty much simply saying united, but opposition is the only way to go into 2026 by elections. And then ballot is a duty, not a weapon. That's according to the Vice President, Mtayana Lumango. That's in the Daily Mail. Or only I can remove Hakainde Hichilema, says Kalaba Kalaba. And as Nalumango calls for peace ahead of 2026, so Ali Kalaba feels like he's the only candidate that can beat President Hakainde Hichilema. But with very little to prove, he's got a lot of audacity, really. But all the by-elections that he's participated in, his performance has been below par. But it feels like maybe at national level he might be voted for. I don't see it, honestly, if we're being realistic here. But anyway, it's free to dream. And then obviously 112 development projects get the SEMA approval. What else? We will increase the NIMA, that's according to government. Fear the youth. When young people lose hope, those in government shake, warns Muelwa. And that's the news, ladies and gentlemen, as things stand.